Alright, time for a pro tip lecture on plotting the normal curve in Excel. So let's go to that link and let's see if we can show what the normal distribution for the MBA grades that we've been using so much actually looks like. And we're going to do that by using a combination of a line and an area chart here in Excel. So the x-axis is going to be for the x values, in this case the MBA grades. So I wrote them out here from 60 to 100, and it's best to be as granular as possible. I did it in 2 by 2 so that they do fit nicely on this screen here, but you can do it 1 by 1 as well if you want to. So that's the x-axis. Now we just need the height of the actual line across the y-axis, or the probability density. And this is where the false argument in the norm.dis function actually comes in handy. So let's create our first norm.dis function. We want to find the height of the curve at this grade for a normal distribution with this mean. I'm going to fix it with F4. And this standard deviation. Fix that with F4 as well. And this time we actually do want to use false because we want the height of the curve because we're going to plot it. Close that, press enter, and let's apply this down for the rest of the grades. So now I'm going to select a blank cell here and go to insert a line chart. And let's select the data that we want to plot. Let's add the series for the probability density. Select the values, press OK. You can already see the bell shape start to form. Let's just edit the axis labels for the x-axis and select our grades. Press OK, press OK, and perfect. So this is the, let's change the title, distribution of MBA grades. I'm going to press enter, in which x follows a normal distribution with a mean of 80.17 and a standard deviation of 6.17. Let me add some axis titles here. This is the probability density. This is the x values, or MBA grade. Let me remove these grid lines. And we have our normal distribution curve. So that was easy enough, but adding the area underneath is the fun part. And the trick is to write an if function that returns this value whenever you do want to show the area, and then a 0 whenever you don't. So for example, if we wanted to show the area, under 74 maybe, we write if this is less than or equal to 74, then return the probability density, otherwise return 0. Close the if function, apply it down. You'll see that all the way up to 74 we do get the probability density. In this case we're going to make it an area here, and then everywhere else we get the 0, so we're not going to show it as a shaded part. And to add this we're going to use an area chart. So let's select this, go to chart design, let's select data to add this new series. These are the values. Okay, and let's use the same x-axis labels. Press OK, press OK, and I'm going to change the chart type to a combo chart in which the probability density is a line and the cumulative probability is an area chart. Let's press OK. I'm going to edit this line right here. And let me make it a smoothed line. And then let me change this color so that it matches this blue. Solid fill. And let's add some transparency of 80%. So we're almost there, but the problem is that you'll notice that it goes from this height right here at 74 and then to 0 at 76 in this diagonal line, instead of going straight down, which is what would be ideal. So to fix it, what we can do is actually use a negative value for this instead of 0 that's so far down here that the line from here to there actually kind of passes through the 74 instead of the 76. So let me go back to my formula and change the 0 to a negative 100. Let's apply this down. It's going to mess up our chart at first, but let me just fix my y-axis so that it always starts at 0. And look at that. Much, much better. We can even hide these numbers since they're not really adding much context. Let's just change the labels to none. We can remove the probability density label as well if we want to. And we can even use an AND function here. Let me write AND. If we want to show the area between two values. So say we wanted to show between, 72 and 86. So it's going to be if, and then we need two conditions to be met. This to be greater than or equal to 72, and this to be less than or equal to 86. Close the AND function, press enter, apply this down, and there we go. Pretty cool, right? Granted, not necessarily a practical application, but sometimes it does help to visualize a distribution like this to get a better sense of the probability you're trying to calculate and what you need to do to get it. In this case, it would be this area right here minus this smaller area right here. That would get us this area in between.